to another episode of Dark Girl Chronicles. Just got off from work. I'm tired. I'm always tired when I get off from work. I'm so tired. I did just get home, and I'm sitting up in my wife beater and just hanging around the house, and I'm gonna do some editing for Gaming Insurrection, and then I'm probably gonna go to bed. I don't know. I have to see. I got to do some stuff for GI. I'm a little behind, but I'm about to get caught up. But yeah, I wanted to do a video before I went home to Columbia again, because I'm going this weekend, I suppose. I'm gonna see my mama, and I'm gonna see my family, and I'm gonna see my boyfriend. And maybe we'll do a video while I'm at home. I don't know. I have to see how he feels about doing one. I don't know. He may want to do one. He may not. Just depends, I guess. But I'm definitely going to do one when he comes up here. And that may or may not happen. Like, he may or may not come up here in a couple of weeks. He was saying he wanted to come up here and visit me before the end of the year. And I was like, okay. That's news to the diva. Okay, well, when you show up, you let me know, and I'll arrange for a time for you to come and stay. But you kind of need to let me know. So he was like, oh, okay. Because I have to get time off from work, and because I don't want to be working while he's here, and I don't like working when I have company visiting. Like, when my mom was here last, that was like last year this time, I didn't want to be working while she was here, but I had no choice. Because I had just taken off a big chunk of time, and I was getting ready to take off another big chunk of time to take her back home. I drove her up here, and then she stayed for like a week, and then I drove her back to Columbia. So it was fun. So today is my mommy's birthday. It's my mommy's birthday. I'm so excited. She turned 62, which, if you've been following our saga here, that's a good thing that, she turned 62, because she's terminally ill, so as many birthdays as she can see is a good thing. So I'm hoping there's more where this one came from. I was thinking earlier, I remember when my mom turned 40. I actually remember when my mom turned 35. That was kind of weird. I was 5 when she turned 35, and because she had me, she was 29, and she was ready to turn 30. And she had said she didn't want a baby in diapers when she was 30. And sure enough, I was potty trained by the time she turned 30. So, I remember when she turned 35, and I was like 5, and my brother was, let me think, my brother was 16 that year. He turned 16 that year, and, it was kind of awesome. It was kind of awesome. Like, my mom was like, yeah, I'm 35. I also have 2 children. I have 2 children. I have a little person and a big person. And I remember my brother buying her a cake or something. He bought her a cake when she turned 35 because he was 16 and he could afford to. And he had a job and he had money in his pocket. So I remember buying my mom a cake, and it was awesome. I also remember when she turned 40 because I was 10. And it was a big deal that my mom was 40. And I was like, oh my gosh, my mom is 40. My mom's old. I thought 40 was so old. And now it's like, yeah, I'm going to be 40 in like 8 years. So yeah, that's not that old. Um, and my boyfriend will be 40 in 5 years. So that's really not that old. um, but yeah, I remember when my mom turned 40 and it was such a big deal. My mom turned 50, we had a party. I remember that we had a big giant party. I was in college when she turned 50. Um, because I turned 21 that year that she turned 50. And yeah, we had a big giant party. Our family had a big giant party. Um, and my brother came up to see her at Thanksgiving because it was like around Thanksgiving. And my brother came up and brought the kids with him, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. But yeah, I got to talk to her earlier, and I told her happy birthday, and she was all, "Oh, thank you, babe." I wished her a happy birthday on Facebook, and I went in my post, I was like, she's not on the Facebook, because that's what she calls it. She didn't just call it Facebook. She says the Facebook. And I'm like, Mama, it's not the Facebook. It's just Facebook. um, but I was like, she's not on Facebook, but I wanted to wish her a happy birthday. And, um, you know, I remarked upon the fact that my mom is my best friend and my ride or die chick. She would go to the ends of the earth for her children. And, um, she is the best mommy in the whole wide world. I love my mom a great deal. Like, I would kill someone for my mom. I can tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something right now. I would kill somebody over my mom. I would go directly to the gas chamber because I would kill someone, and I would kill someone horribly over my mom. So, my mom has been my mom is an excellent mom. She's there to listen when I have problems, and she doesn't try to. She tries to shield me from things, but at the same time, she's like, "Well, you're an adult. You have to go out in the world and learn how things work. So you have to go through this." Like when I was going through my separation and my divorce, I knew that it was going to be hard, and I was especially glad that later on in the separation, when it got to be crunch time, and especially even in the early on part when it was crunch time, I was glad that my mom was there to be my like rational voice and um keep me from doing stupid things. And she gave me advice, and because she too had been through a divorce. My parents have been married twice to each other. My daddy's been married 4 times. Okay, twice to my mom, with a person in between. So, my parents went through a pretty nasty separation and divorce the first time around. And then, like 25 years later, they got remarried, which was kind of crazy. But I mean, they are it for each other. And so, I guess that worked or whatever. But I always ask her, how the hell did two disparate people such as yourselves get together and make a person? Because y'all don't get along very well at all. But my parents love each other. They love each other a great deal. And my mom is very much, she's accepting of my dad, and she knows what my dad is about. And she knew that very early on. So, yeah, it didn't come as a surprise that they got back together. They got remarried after I got married. So, it was kind of weird that I had been married longer than my parents. But, I had been, on paper and in actuality, I had been married to my husband at that point longer than they had been married the first time they got married and the second time they got married. So, yeah. Um, but, my mom is My mom has been there from day one. And when I went through my separation, she was like, I really want you to know, to, I don't want to see you hurt like this. Like, nobody wants to see their child go through that and deal with that. Like, nobody wants to see their child literally curled up and crying because some dumb fuck has decided to break the child's heart and destroy the child's life. Like, they don't want to see their kid going through that. They don't, even no matter how old you are and your parent is, no parent who's, in their right frame of mind and is a decent parent wants to see their child hurting like that. My mom had always said, and my dad too. My dad has not seen me cry in a long time. In a really long time. But both of my parents were like, we don't want to see you crying. This is ridiculous. What in the world? You need to leave this man. He's terrible. You need to file for divorce. My mom was like, no, and no. You will not stay with this man. She was like, I will not meddle in your marriage, but I'm putting my foot down. And you are not going to stay with this man. I couldn't stay with a man who would do this to me. And, she had an excellent point. And the thing was, and I knew my mom never came outright and said she was, like, angry or, well, she did, but she didn't come outright and say she outright hated my ex-husband. She loved him. She loved him a great deal before he did all of this nonsense and decided to be an asshole. She loved him, and she wanted to see him get help and be okay and be healthy. I mean, he was who I chose to be with, and so she accepted him, no questions asked, took him into the family and was like, this is who my daughter chooses to be with. He's my son-in-law. I treat him as if he is my son. But when he decided that he couldn't even be bothered, when she told me she had cancer, and he couldn't even be bothered to call me back and be like, I mean, he didn't care. He didn't care. This woman had taken him in, treated him like, she was like, he was her son and her flesh and blood, and put a roof over his head and fed him and made sure he had a way to get to and from his jobs, and, gave him clothes. And I mean, she took care of him. She took care of him better than his own damn parents did. Like, that's what got me. My mom took care of him. Basically, she took care of us. And she took care of him better than his own damn parents. And when he couldn't even be bothered to pick up the phone and say, I'm sorry to hear that, about somebody who took care of him, she was like, I wash my hands of him. I never want to see him again. And she was like, he doesn't exist to me anymore. And I was like, that makes two of us. I could never stay with somebody who would do something like that. When he showed his true colors, that was it. That was what made me decide I wanted a divorce. Because there's no way I could stay with someone who would do that. But, my current boyfriend, he loves my mom. My mom is kind of cool on anybody now that I bring home and like, I want to be with this person. And I understand why immediately. Like, she doesn't have to explain it to me. But she's kind of cool to him right now. I mean, she's not cool to him as in she doesn't like him. She's more or less like, well, we'll see how this one shapes out. That's basically what she said. So, she likes him though. I mean, she likes him, and she says he's a sweet man and he's wonderful, and as long as I'm happy, she's happy. And I am happy. I am exceptionally happy with Brandon. I am beyond exceptionally happy with Brandon. And it was 7 months on the 15th. I was excited. I talked to him today, and I kind of forgot to mention that our anniversary passed on the 15th. It was on like Friday, and I completely forgot about it because I forgot what day it was. But I talked to him today, and I'm excited because I'm going to go home and I'm going to see him, and we're going to spend time together before Thanksgiving, and I'm excited. But yeah, so I did get to talk to my mom, and I was super excited about that. And I texted my brother earlier, and tomorrow's my aunt's birthday, so I need to call her while I'm awake and up and about. Once I get up tomorrow, I guess I need to call her, and she's probably working, but I'll leave her a message and tell her happy birthday. I have aunts and uncles who have birthdays like right next to each other, so but really there's nothing going on with me. I just wanted to do a video, short video, I guess. This is short for me. When you start getting videos in the 40-minute long category, yeah, this is short. But yeah, I'm super excited about going home and getting to see my people, and I get to see Brandon and spend time with him and hang out and do stuff. I don't know. I may or may not see friends. I gotta see. One of my friends, I need to return her jacket. There was something I'm on Pinterest, and it's up on my website. I now have a thing where you can see my board for like rockabilly and pinup ideas. I'm on Pinterest, and it's under my Eric and Brandon Forever at Hotmail address, because I signed up using that email, and that's like my oldest email address. But I've had that email for like 15 years now. But I'm on Pinterest, and I save recipes and rockabilly and pinup ideas. I love recipes on there because I like looking at food. I like food porn. So I like looking at food on there. Also, I'm on there for rockabilly and stuff, and I do wedding ideas. I like looking at wedding ideas and forming wedding ideas. See, this is the whole thing, and I'm gonna give you the short explanation on this. No, I probably won't get married again. I say that because Brandon's not wanting to get married. Y'all saw his reaction when when I mentioned getting married again. We've talked about it, and I told him a long time ago that I didn't think that I would want to get married again. I wanted to do it once and once only. Now, if he asked me, I would marry him. It would just have to be years from now. Like, I couldn't do it right now. I'm too scared. I'm not even gonna lie. I will admit on camera, I am scared shitless of getting married again. Okay? No matter how much I love Brandon, and I love him a great deal. I'd marry him in a heartbeat if it weren't for the fact that I just got out of a marriage and my shit is all messed up. When it comes to marriage, I am not going to take care of someone. I'm not going to compromise. I don't want to deal with having to give up things again. I am just now discovering what I like and what I don't like again. And getting married is a strain for me. It would be a strain. Being married would be a strain. I don't really want to do it. So I told him, I said, well, if you ever change your mind about getting married, you could ask me some years from now, and you better ask properly, and you better have a nice ring. And you better be doing something for yourself, because I'm not taking care of you. So, you're going to take care of me. So, he's not ready to get married. He feels that he's not mature enough. And he said that on camera. If you've seen that episode where I introduced him on camera, he said he's not mature enough. And I understand what he's getting at. He's not mature enough for that. But, and some people will never be mature enough for that. So I'm wholly prepared for that. But it's still nice to plan and to dream and um to, you know, just think ahead and fantasize. You know, if I had a second chance to get married and do it again, what would I do the second time around? And so my board is southern. It's a southern wedding because I want to have a southern wedding, since though I'm a southern woman. I want to have a southern wedding, so I have southern wedding ideas, and they're going to be awesome and gorgeous. So I even have my dinner menu already picked out. See, I've already like picked out things and sat down and decided what I want to do. And my wedding ideas, I'm gonna have a southern dinner, sit down dinner reception type thing. It's gonna be like super, super, super sit down and casual, comfortable kind of thing. But it's gonna have nothing but southern food on it, like fried everything. It's gonna be fried everything. And nobody in there is not gonna speak with a twang. um, and I'm gonna have my colors are like teal and blue, teal, purple slash lavender, gold, and I think I had three. I think I just had three because I'm not wearing white again. I didn't wear white the first time, so I'm not wearing white the second time. Obviously, that's so tacky. So, my dress, I think I'm gonna have like a blue ball gown dress, and then like my bridesmaids are gonna have like purple, and then, or maybe I might have gold. I might have gold, and then my bridesmaids wear the blue, and my maid of honor wear lavender or something like that. I don't know, but I want his crew to be like silver-ish. I think silver was my other color or something, but his crew is gonna wear silver and probably like whatever tie to match, and I want them to wear suspenders and bow ties. It's gonna be so awesome. And I know he's already looked at me like, bitch, please. I know that's what he looked at me and thought. He just didn't come out and say it. Um, and then like we're gonna have mason jars with like flowers in the centerpieces for the tables, and like my I was thinking like Aladdin wedding ideas maybe, but I don't know. It may be Aladdin or maybe not. I don't know. I haven't decided. We could do it, but it'd have to be a mixture of things. It could be done though. So I don't know. I have all of these ideas like saved in my Pinterest boards and pins and stuff. It's really, really good if you're like me and you're super creative and you want ideas for projects and stuff. Like, if you really want creative ideas and projects, just go on Pinterest. You can find everything and anything that you could possibly ever think of is on there. So, yeah, I've been doing that, and I've been spending my time. I also have my list. See, I already have my list of things. I have my menu already planned out, okay, for the reception. I also have my dresses picked out. I have my song list for my wedding reception for my DJ. I already have a list of songs I want specifically played. My first dance will be to A Whole New World by Peabo Bryson and Regina Belle from the Aladdin soundtrack. Couple of Beyonce songs in there because I like Beyonce, and couple of Mariah Carey songs, but mostly for dancing. You know, I mean, it's gonna be a lively thing. I got like some Stevie Wonder in there and Michael Jackson and that sort of thing. But yeah, I have already planned out my set list worth of music, and I've done a pretty long list. So yeah, I like to daydream about it, and he knows. I've told him, and he just kind of had that look on his face, like, seriously. He just kind of gave me that look, like, seriously, no. He was real nice about it though. I was like, "Ooh, you have mason jars. We should save these." And he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Cause I want to use them just in case I ever marry you." And he was like, "What?" Oh, why you want to marry me for? I'm like, because you're awesome. That's why. And you'd make a good husband. But other than that, I haven't been doing too much. I really haven't. Um, There's something else I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember what right now. Uh, I don't know. Um, but we'll see. I'm hoping I can spend time with him when I go, and we can get a video done. Possibly this boyfriend tag thing that we've been kind of sort of doing. Um, and we'll see. He knows. He doesn't pay attention, so he knows like absolutely next to nothing about me. That's why he had to guess like 5 times what my favorite restaurant was. And I'm like, fool, no. I like the ramen house, but it's not my favorite. Longhorn is actually my favorite. I love going to Longhorn. Like, I would go to Longhorn every day if I could. Fatty would be up in there just eating the up pork chops. They would be like, seriously? That is the 10th set of pork chops you've ordered in the past week. Could you stop eating up our pork chops? We literally can't get any of them in before you eat them. And I'd be like, that's why I'm paying you, though. um, I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's all I want to talk about. So, my skin is freaking out right now because it's winter time almost and it's dry. It's so dry. As you can see, my skin is just super flaky right now. Um, but that's all I really got to talk about. So, I'll see you guys later and I'll probably do a video maybe tomorrow when I get back. I'm going to the arcade tomorrow, so maybe when I get back from the arcade, I'll do something. I hope to procure a smoothie tomorrow at some point because I want one. But anyway, I'll see you guys later, and hopefully I'll get another video done in a little bit. See you guys, and I'm out. Deuces.